Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Pranams to the lotus feet of the Lord, pranams to all the Mahatmas and Gurujis, pranams to all of you. Shloka number 98. Akrurapeshalo daksho dakshina hakshaminam varaha vidvatamo vitabaya punya shravana kirtanaha. So we are halfway through this particular Nama in the last class. Akruraha, one who is not cruel. Peshalaha, one who is fascinating. Dakshaha, one who is skillful. Dakshinaha, one who is efficient. Kshaminam Varaha, one who has forbearance. Up to this we have seen in the last class. In fact, I told you the Shaminam Varaha, he has got a lot of Shama because he is the one who is having lot of forbearance. In fact, in the morning when we get up, we are stepping on the earth, and we are doing all the kinds of akramas to the earth, Mother Earth. We call it as a Mother Earth, Bhuma Devi. Okay, so we are supposed to be very careful when we get up because it's Bhagavan, and he is withstanding all kinds of atrocities which we are doing it. Shaminam Varaha. So morning when you get up, we do a prayer. Na Padasparsham Kshamaswame. He says, I'm putting my feet on you, please pardon me. Vishnupatni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Samakshame. Parvata Stalamandale Vishnupatni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Kshamaswame. Please pardon me. This is the attitude we should carry. And because Bhagavan has got such a forbearance, we cannot test his patience. And in fact, I told you in the last class, I would equate this to the latest current way we are exploiting the nature. I often bring that. Whenever I go through Vishnu Sahsranaamam, my biggest concern, my biggest prayer for the entire humanity, on behalf of the entire humanity, my prayer is, let the Lord give good buddhi to the entire humanity so that we make this Mother Earth a sustainable place so that human beings can live for a longer period of time. This is the main prayer I always have, because we as human beings, we are actually abusing the Mother Earth and all the resources. And Bhagavan says, I have got a lot of patience, but it is not infinite patience. Bhagavan has to give back. That is what is called, we call it as a nature's fury. Once in a while, he reacts back, because you have to visualize, for which you require a very discerning mind. A finer intellect only can appreciate all these things. A crude intellect cannot appreciate it. Because when you see the way the experiences, what we are seeing, when you look at the way things are happening here and all the things which is going on, if you look at it, and so many times Bhagavan gives the indications, including the coronavirus, which I often talk about it. For me, it's a century event. It's an event which we have not seen in the past 100 years. So once in a century event, specifically come at the right time to give us the indications what can go wrong, and how Bhagavan can make the whole earth stand still if he wants to. Within a matter of seconds, he can do it. So he is again giving the indications for human to correct their behavior. But unfortunately, so far, I have not seen the real seriousness with our political leaders. And everybody says that we want to turn around global warming. Everybody is crying. Actual things are not happening. There used to be a story which used to be said. There was a village and there was a big festival happening. And all people were requested to contribute at least 1 cup of milk. So that next day morning, they want to do the milk abhisheka to the Lord. So everybody agreed. Then they kept one pot. They kept one pot. So first one person thought, after all, everybody will pouring milk. So if I put one pot of glass, nothing, one small cup of glass of milk, if I put it, nothing will happen. Nobody will know the dilution. So the first person went and put a glass of water. So same way, next person also put a cup of water. Like this, everybody started putting a water, and finally you opened the anda, the vessel. Finally, only water was there. Like this, today everybody is doing a lip service, but we are not living by it. So my only prayer is a political will should come across all the global leaders of political parties and political leaders, so that we really turn it around, because they have the full will, full control of power as of now with them. And we all as individual, we can only contribute in our way of having a simple living, recycling, reuse, less energy consumption. So lavish consumption should be avoided, and then don't waste the food. All those things we can practice at the individual level. At the global level, I hope something big happens, so that we don't test the patience of Bhagavan. Otherwise, what Bhagavan will do, he will simply wipe all of us out of this Mother Earth, and then all the animals and beings and all the mammals will become very much happy. So this is what it is. Shaminam Varaha. Let us again take a resolve studying Vishnu Sahsranaamam. The next one, Vidvattamaha. Vidvattamaha means the wisest. So Vidwan means a scholar, and his scholarship is in a limited field. As one specializes, one's field becomes narrowed. As one comes to know more and more, he comes to know less and less of things. Therefore, scholarship becomes narrow. There is always something more to know, or someone who knows more than you. This is a typical experience of all the human beings, because we have become such a specialized. You take the human anatomy itself, there are multiple specialities. In the last 25 years, we never heard about the courses of MCH and super MCH, super specialities. If you have got orthopedics, we normally know initially orthopedic surgeon. Then there's something called wrist specialist, something for shoulder specialist, something called hip specialist. Like this, you got so much speciality coming. In every field it is happening. So we when you go deeper and deeper, our knowledge on other things is not there. And even in that field itself, you see so much things to know further. It is in the case of human being, that is the experience. Whereas Ishvara is Sarvajna and Sarvavit, knowing all the things in all the details. So he also knows himself and the Vedas. So his jnana is Sarva Gochara, all encompassing and always free from the Atishaya, being excelled by someone else. So hence he is Vidvattama, he is the wisest. So Bhagavan is the wisest. He is the one who is also has got lot of forbearance. He is also Dakshaha, he is very skillful. He is a Dakshinaha who is efficient. So putting all these things don't. So Vita Bhaya. So sorry. Vidvattamaha. Then next one is Vita Bhaya. You can connect. I told you, when you study Vishnu Sahsranama, within the Nama itself, most of the Namas within the Shloka can be interconnected. Now here it says Vita Bhaya, one who is free from fear. So Vita Bhaya means one whom fear has gone away. And when we say that fear has gone, it would mean that fear was not not the. It would mean that fear was there before. Normally, that's what we say. So this can be said of Jiva and individual, because Jiva has got a samsara bhaya, fear within samsara, various things like losing job, money, health, problems from the government and so on. So a human being has got the bhaya all the time. Okay, because why? This is what I call it as a midlife crisis. In fact, the first few years when you are kids is the best period of our life, when the parents have taken care of everything, first 5 to 10 years. And afterwards, once you are exposed to the world, our fear keeps gripping in. Even if you don't have fear, others will inject the fear in you, which is unfortunate today. Even for a 5-year-old kid who is doing LKG today, fear is being injected. If you don't study and score mathematics centum, then your life is doomed. For a year old, we try to instill fear. Very, very unfortunate way. At least, so first few years we are without fear. After that, fear keep gripping in because the fear of unknown. This is called samsara. We do not know what is going to unfold. And every event we experience, we get a fear further. And fear gets compounded further. So that is a typical experience of all of us. Whereas Bhagavan is without any fear. Without any fear. Why? Because Bhagavan is akarta, abhokta. He is a nitya mukta hai. Only when you have got the punya, he is punya papa rahita hai. If you have got a punya papa, then only you have got samsara. Bhagavan is samsara rahita hai. Bhagavan is nitya mukta hai, ever liberated. He is akarta, abhokta. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't enjoy anything. He is only blessing everything under his spell, under his influence. Maya does everything. So Bhagavan is the absolute Bhagavan is Arupam, which we have talked about it. So he has got no fear at all for anything. So he is ever liberated, has no ignorance at all. So there's no fear of samsara also is not there. So in fact, bhaya, fear in any form is afraid to come near Bhagavan. So we say that he is Vita Bhaya because we are frightened and want to be Vita Bhaya, fear, free from fear. So we invoke him with the Nama, which shows that we want to be and what we want from him. So if you want to have fear-free life, again, if you want to have fear-free life, anxiety-free life, stress-free life, worry-free life, can put all of them. If you want all of them, come to Bhagavan. Use Bhagavan, be with Bhagavan, lean on Bhagavan, stay with Bhagavan, immerse yourself, your thoughts with Bhagavan. Always be in the thought of Bhagavan. Then you will not have any fear of anything. That is what it is. It is very, very important. So the whole life has to be Ishvara-centric life, God-centric life. Then only the fear will go away. Otherwise, there will always be fear. So how will I get rid of the fear? Let us dwell upon it a little bit more. How will I get rid of the fear? The moment we lean upon the Lord, why do we lean upon the Lord? Because He is the one who is Nityam. The whole world is DAB. I have told you, Dukkha Mishritatvam, Atriptikaratvam, Bandhakatvam. The whole world is fleeting. The whole world is ephemeral. The whole world is changing. The whole world undergoes modification. You can never, whole world means SOP, situations, objects, people, everything will keep changing. With all those things, what do? You cannot lean on things which is keep changing. You will be slipping. So you have to hold on to something permanent, like taking the dip in the Haridwar Ganges. So you hold on to the chain and dip in the Ganges. Similarly, hold on to Bhagavan and work around the world. So how will the fear go away? Because Bhagavan takes care of everything for me. Ananyas chintayam tomam yajana pariyupasate tesham nityam yuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I take care of everything. We are all looking for yoga and kshema only. Yoga means receipt of various good things. We want to earn money, we want to enjoy, we want to see so many things. So accumulation is called yoga. Kshema is retention or preservation. Kshema. The whole life is actually working on yoga and kshema only. And Bhagavan says, be in thought of me, I will take care of it. Afterwards, what is the worry about it? We don't need to work for anything. Because work for anything means we will do something, but Bhagavan will take care. That is called Karma Yoga. Finally, it comes to Karma Yoga. So once you have that attitude, your complete fear will go away. In fact, we often say, you don't need to come to Vedanta even, because for many people, Vedanta means very allergic. And people see it is too complex. This Atma subject and all, I do not want to know. I don't want to hear. I don't want to get into this complex. Okay, no problem. But very simple solution is, you don't need to, you put the Vedanta in a parking lot and you approach the life as a God-centric life. Everything as Ishvara Arpana and take it as a Prasada Buddhi and be a contributor than a consumer. Have that attitude in the life. If you have got that life itself, all your fear will go away. The fear is because of what? The fear of unknown, what is going to happen. And if you use a little bit of intelligence, the past is already gone. You cannot change anything. Past behaviors, past incidences, somebody has stabbed you in the back. Everything has happened. So nothing can be changed. So no point in recollecting bad past incidences and worrying or getting angry about it. Missed opportunity, I call it. Everything is gone. Future, what is there? I do not know what is going to happen in the next 5 minutes. As I speak, we do not know what is going to happen. So, what is the point in being anxious about the future? You cannot be anxious. You can only do what you can do and wait for things. With Corona, so many people lost the jobs. So many people died, even. So many people went to the jaws of death and came back. What can you do? Things have happened. Now we can only learn. So, future is unknown. There's no point in worry. No point in being anxious. No point in always having that uncertainty what will happen. You can do some scenario planning, emergency response, and all those things. But no point in worrying about it all the time. It doesn't have any value at all. On the other hand, think of Lord and be with the Lord. You'll have a clarity of what you need to do. There'll be a clarity emerging in your thoughts. And that's what is called, our Swamiji used to call it as a neighborization. You look at everything as others' problem. When it is a problem for yourself, then you think that I'm not able to think. It's called stabda bhava. That means I got shock. I'm not able to think through at all. Whereas when you look at it everything as others' problem, your own problem, you can look at it as others' problem. Then what you do? You are able to have a clear thought, clear planning, what I should do for it. Because that is what in Vedanta we say, this body mind itself is not mine. So once you start look at your body mind as a witness, as Atma yourself, you look at the body and mind, then the problem is belonging to only to the body and mind. So where is the question of problem? So if you can't think that far, you can always take Bhagavan as the help. And what you do? Lean on Bhagavan. Bhagavan will take care of it. That is why I use the two terms, very important terms, Shraddha and Bhakti. The faith, implicit faith on the Lord. And that Shraddha, if it is there, coupled with Bhakti, Bhakti means the connection with the Lord, solid line with the Lord. World is a dotted line, I told you. So you have the solid line connection with the Lord. Then what you're doing is, I will remove the fear for you completely. Bhagavan says there's something called the Shiva Kavacha. There's a sostram called Shiva Kavacha. Even there is a shloka which says, even if there is sometimes you have got a fear in the dream, sometimes you get bad dreams and you get fear. You wake up in the between. So there's a prayer, even my dream should be good. Even my dream should be good. That's the way the prayer comes. So understand Vita Bhaya. So Bhagavan does not have any fear. And Bhagavan is the wisest. And Bhagavan is Akruraha. Bhagavan is Shaminaha. He is a Shaminamvaraha. He has got all those things. But if you want to acquire all those things, how will you acquire all those things? We have to identify ourselves as the Brahman or the Atma. To go to that, you have to first lean towards the Lord. And Lord then will give you Buddhi. Buddhi will come. Buddhi means the Vedanta, the Jnanam. Now, Aham Brahmasmi, Jnanam will follow later. But if you are able to lead a life leaning with the Lord, that itself will give you lots of peace and security and happiness. This is very, very important. Then next one, Punya Shravana Kirtana. The hearing and reciting of whose names give Punya. Very, very important Nama. Shravana, listening about Ishvara. Kirtana, singing or reciting his names, give Punya, which in turn gives Sukha. So, Bhagavan is Punya Shravana Kirtana. We want Sukha, and for this we require Punya. Sukha is only the Drishtapala. Punya includes both the Drishtapala and Adrishtapala. So, listening about Ishvara gives Punya. Bhagavan is the ear and also ear of the ear. Hearing is Bhagavan. He is the heard is also Bhagavan. It is about Bhagavan that we hear. So this is called Shravana. Listening to Vishnu Sahsranaamam, even with a vague understanding, will give you Punyam. Even if you do not know how to chant Vishnu Sahsranaamam, doesn't matter. Any stotram for that matter. Even if you do not know anything, just sit there. Wherever there is a bhajans, Nama Sankirtan, wherever there is a chanting, Parayanam, wherever there is a Veda Gosha, so wherever it is happening, just go and sit and listen. That listening itself will give you punyam. The study of Shastra, by listening to it from a teacher and understanding, it's all Shravana. Okay, all those things are Shravana. But any one of them, even just mere listening, will give you lots of punya. Lots of punya. Bhagavan says in the Gita, 18th chapter, even a casual listener will get lot of punya, he will go to heaven. He will go to heaven. That's what he says. If we pull out the shloka, it says the last section it is coming. Let me take out the shloka. Shraddhavan anasuyascha shunyadabi yo naraha sopi mukta shubhan lokan prapniyat punya karmanam. Beautiful shloka, 18th chapter, 71st shloka. Shraddhavan, with a lot of dead shraddha. Anasuyascha, not having a criticizing mentality. Shunyadapi yo naraha, just a casual listener. If there is a discourse happening, if the Nama Sankirtana happening, you may not know some Marathi abhang we chant. You do not know the meaning. And Thagaraj Swami Kirtana in Telugu, we do not know the meaning. Doesn't matter. But but something on the Lord they are singing. All our Carnatic music is all of them are only glory of the Lord. So what you do is Sopi Mukta Subhan Lokan Prapniyat Punya Karmanam. So he is having the lot of punya, he will get it and then he will go and enjoy the heavenly pleasures. Bhagavan says in Gita. What else proof you want? So Shravanam and then Kirtana is talking about people, talking to people about the glories of the Lord. Chanting, singing, even teaching the Shastra is a Kirtana. So Ishvara is everything, and if this is understood, any Shravana or Kirtana is only for Ishvara. So Shravana and Kirtana of Ishvara gives punya, sukha, and finally it gives moksha sukha. How does it give moksha sukha finally? How does it give? You have to understand. How does it give? Once you earn punya more and more and more, and being in the thought of Lord, and this is very, very important point to be noted, you be a karma yogi, upasana yogi, you be in the thought of Lord, do everything as Ishvara Arpana Bhava, take everything as the prasada. Bhagavan says, I will give you knowledge. What? Shvedanta knowledge. Aham Brahmasmi knowledge, I will automatically give you. You will be fully qualified. I will give you and I will liberate you. Where does Bhagavan says? I know only Bhagavad Gita, a little bit that too, not much of other scriptures. But Bhagavan says in the 10th chapter of Gita, Machitta Madgata Pranaha Bhotayantah Parasparam. Katayantyascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yenamam Upayantite. Tesham Evanukam Partam Aham Ajnanajam Tamah. Nashayam Yatma Bhavastaha Jnana Deepena Baswata. 3 shlokas. Shlokas number 9, 10 and 11 of the 10th chapter. Very, 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 very important shlokas. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrataha. Always, always. Always means you don't need to be loudly talking and doing Nama Sankirtana all the time. Tambura Shruti in the back. Anything you do. Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yat juhoshi dadasyate, yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Anything you do, always think of Lord. It is possible. Initially, in the initial stage of my scriptural learning, I thought, how is it possible? What is this? I never even really understood the meaning of all these things. As you go and experience the life and so many things which is going beyond your life, beyond your control, sorts of challenges bombarded through, and then you be in the thought of Lord, Bhagavan gives solutions which are fantastic. I can tell you from my experience, it is really, really, really amazing experience you get. I always jokingly used to say, even from going to a big mall on a weekend where everything is crowded, you will get one parking lot when somebody will be taking out the car from there and you can go and park it. Immediately I will say, Krishna is giving me this. My family used to laugh at it. Krishna, My thought is Bhagavan will give everything. Bhagavan will take care of the bhakta. I used to jokingly say, it's not joke, actually it's a meaning. It is really a serious thing. And but these people will think I'm joking, but it is not so. So Bhagavan thought you can have all the time. Only thing is you have to train our mind. I tell the example of the Carnatic musicians, how the tambura shruti is there all the time. When whatever song they do it, the tambura shruti is always there. Similarly, the person who is having the pot in his head and dancing it, how is he able to do it? He does all the gestures and then attracting all of us. But he is very clearly remembering the pot is in the head that cannot fall down at all. Karagatam we call it. Pot dance. How does he do it? Practice. So when you are able to do all these practices, why you cannot think of Bhagavan all the time? It is possible. It is possible. So even if you do not know Shravanam, even if you should not know Kirtanam, listening to them, that's what I'm saying, listening to them. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Shakyam, Atmanivedanam. Now with the Bhakti, Narada, Prahlada says in the Bhagavatam. So we can do anything. Yes, otherwise sit there. And here one important point I wanted to put it. I was also a culprit in the past, but I am trying to change my behaviors. For example, now everything has opened up, right? We are now socializing. Now temples have opened up. Lot of houses have started hosting pujas. Whenever you are invited for any puja or any temple festivals, wherever somebody is inviting you by chance, and you are going and attending in their place, at least follow two things. First thing is, of course, we should not disturb the host and not disturb the everything. And in the past, before the advent of cell phone, people used to murmur and chant, murmur and talk when the Parayanam is going on or bhajan is going on. These people will be talking and disturbing. Now that has become less and less because people have got this smartphone. Because of the smartphone is there, what people do, there they will go and complete their daily quota of all the social media browsing. That's what people do. And wasting their time. Please do not do that. Of course, at least you are not disturbing the host. But what I would suggest is you close everything, put it in a silent mode or aeroplane mode, put everything down, just close your eyes and just start listening to Parayanam or Kirtanam or whatever puja they do. Just look at the Lord, be in that thought, try to focus, make a meditation out of it. That will be wonderful actually. Start practicing it. Very difficult to begin with, but slowly practice it. It will be extremely useful, extremely powerful. Why? Punya. And the punya can be encashed in two ways. One is the punyam can give you, one material punyam, it will give you all the artha and kama. The second one is, if you are not interested in artha kama, the punyam can be encashed into dharma and moksha. Moksha will come. Bhagavan will give you the guru at the appropriate time. And you will be led to a Gita class. And the Gita will be taught in your vernacular language, whichever language you understood. And the person will come. Because Shastra says you can never decide your guru. Guru will turn up. Bhagavan has got a guru agency. And Bhagavan will keep sending you the appropriate guru at the appropriate time, depending on your wish and your sincerity and commitment. Again, it has happened. It has seen. It is experience. Bhagavan will tend you at the appropriate time. The age doesn't matter. It may be at the age of 10 or it can be at the age of 80. It doesn't matter. Bhagavan says, better late than never. So Bhagavan will send you. If not this Janma, next Janma, you will come, you will continue from there. Bhagavan gives that also. Yoga Brashtas. We call it as a child prodigies, right? They all Yoga Brashta, we say in our language. Very clear. They come with all those things and they continue from where they were. So Bhagavan says, you be in thought of me, I will give you all the punyam. The punyam can be encashed for material prosperity or punyam can be encashed for spiritual prosperity and ultimately moksha. And over a period, you will understand materials have got a limitations. To get that understanding, it takes time. Initially, we are all very avaricious in earning and making more money. I'm not denying it. And we should all have the drive to earn and enjoy. That also, Shastra says, perfect. Only thing is, use the legitimate method. Be a dharmic person. But over a period, you will understand the limitations of artha and kama. And if you are a sensible person, if you are able to have a proper understanding, and you will normally lean towards the Lord. That's what he says. So Bhagavan says, I'll give you a lot of punya, and thereby sukha, immediate sukha. I will remove all the obstacles, and finally you will get the guru. You will read the scriptures, and finally liberate yourself. Because moksha can be only through knowledge. There's no other means for moksha. That also I want to make it clear. Various other sampradayas or various philosophies give you various things. You hug somebody, you will get liberated. You touch somebody, you get liberated. You be in the Lord, He will come and give you somewhere. No, you have to study either in this janma or some other janma, or you go to the heaven where Brahmaji will take a class. It's called Krama Mukti. You have to get the knowledge. Only where is the question. So Shastra says this Manushya Janma is the rarest Janma. Better you don't waste it. In this Janma itself, go and study, attend a Gita class. I repeatedly say Gita class because I told you it's a one-stop shop for everything, comprehensive. You don't need to attend any other class. You don't need to learn any other scriptures. Gita end-to-end repeated listening will give you completely what you want to liberate yourself. You don't need anything else. Everything is only additive things. They are not required at all. So just Bhagavan will give you the moksha icha. Moksha icha will lead to guru prapti. Guru will come, and then there will be a conducive atmosphere. You will get the jnana, and you will completely get liberated. So punya shravana kirtana, very, very important. Now we go to shloka number 99. Let us chant. Uttarano dushkritiha punyo duswapranashanah viraha rakshana santo jivanah paryavastitah. Uttarano dushkritiha punyo duswapranashanah viraha rakshana santo jivanah paryavastitah. Uttaranah, one who helps to cross the ocean of samsara. See, what else you want? Bhagavan is Uttarana because he makes us cross the ocean of samsara. Samsara is the constant struggle to becoming something, and one can get out of it only by the knowledge of Ishvara. See? And to understand him, a lot of grace is required, punyam is required. Even to have the desire for getting out of samsara, his grace is required. So he is the one by whose grace alone one can cross and come out of this life of becoming. If you want to break this life of punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, Adi Shankara says, Bhaja Govinda, Mudamate, a unintelligent idiot. Be with the Lord all the time. That's what he says. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi. Lots and lots of shlokas are there. So Bhagavan says he is the only one who can cross. Thiruvalluvar says, Piravi Perungadal Ninduvar, Nindar Irevanadi Sheradar. The first chapter of Thirukural. And I would request all those who do not know Tamil to buy an English copy. Nowadays, Modi is promoting Thirukural all over because he has understood the value of Thirukural. And yes, and buy the book, and the first chapter 133 chapters are there. The first chapter, each chapter has got 10 couplets, small lines. Translations are available. You read it, you will get it there. So you go to that. So that's what it is. Then dushkritiha, one who destroys all activities of adharma. Dushkriti means activities of adharma. Bhagavan is dushkritiha, means he destroys all activities of adharma. All these papa karmas can be destroyed only by the grace of Bhagavan. Bhagavan in his avatara as Sri Rama destroyed Ravana, as Sri Krishna destroyed Kamsa, Sishubala and others, and as Narsimha destroyed Hiranyakashipu, all of whom he had taken to all of whom who are taken to adharma, and then he is called dushkritiha. He will vanquish everything. We talk about internal enemies and external enemies. So external enemies, he will come and do it. But the biggest thing is, be in the thought of Lord. Our internal enemies, everything, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaryam, everything will go away. So dushkritiha. Then punyaha. Punyaha means the giver of punya. Bhagavan is punya, That is, he is the giver of punya to those who remembers him and expresses their devotion in various ways. Okay, Navavidha Bhakti, 9 types. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Shakyam Atma Nivedanam. I told you about it. So 9 types of bhakti are talked about. They are listening to, talking of, remembering his glories, doing service to his feet, worshipping with flowers, doing namaskara, doing one's duty as his dasa, consider him as a friend, and finally offering oneself. This comes in Bhagavatam, 7th skanda, 7th chapter, 5th section, 33rd shloka, as narrated by Prahlada. So we can go and refer that also. He is punya also because he makes known the actions. His punya, which produce punya through the shrutis and smritis. So the phala, the result of karma, is punya. That punya itself is Ishvara. Ishvara is punyam, punyam is Ishvara. So Bhagavan is not only the punya, he is the giver of punyam also. He himself will come and do everything for us. Shraddha and Bhakti again. Then Duswapna Nashanaha, one who dispels the bad dreams. Ishvara is Duswapna Nashana, the cause of destroying the Duswapna, frightening dreams and nightmares. Bad dreams can be a result of coming out of the unconscious fear and insecurity. Some people believe that bad dreams can be the foretellers of the future, and so a bad dream causes fear. When Ishvara is there, there can be no insecurity or fear. The unconscious is also taken care of by him. Ishvara is the greatest validator or therapist. By processing the unconscious, all the fears can be removed along with the bad dreams. For this, the grace of Ishvara is required. So this is gained by meditation, singing his praise, and by worshipping him. So nowadays, dush swapana nashanaha. The problem is the fear. We talked about it earlier. The biggest problem today is all this mental stress, which is causing and which has started affecting all the age groups. Once upon a time, we never heard a problem called something called mental stress. Nowadays, that has become a big buzzword. And now what is happening is, even from the child onwards, everybody says, I need a psychologist. I need to have psychological counseling. Roaring business going on. I know few friends who are into this profession. When I talk to them, I understand what is the challenges you see. And then the challenges they narrate right from teens I'm talking about is unimaginable. Unimaginable. And per session they charge say $100, $200, depending on the things, just for talking to you. Now I used to casually, jokingly, I used to tell them, I am your competitor. Why say I am a competitor? Because I think of Lord, and then I do classes on Vedanta and other things. And then you study Bhagavad Gita, you don't need to go to any psychologist at all. You don't need to go to anybody. So I used to jokingly say that I am your competitor because it will completely cure. You study Gita properly or understand Vishnu Sahsranaamam properly, no more fear. I told you about Shraddha Bhakti. There is a question of Duswapna. Once you be with the Lord, I'm giving you this also. Once you are soaked with the thought of Lord, the dream quality also improves. You know what is dream? Dream is nothing but your past impressions that is coming out. You cannot create something which is not there. So whatever the dream you are having every day, we are all dreaming. Of course, some people do it even keeping the eyes open, do daydreaming also. We are not talking about it. When you sleep, and there's a lot of research done on this. When you sleep, initially there will be some period where you'll be awake. Slowly you close your eyes, and there will be some small portion where you got a deep sleep, and many more than 70 or 80% is filled with dreams. Various dreams comes in waves, and each dream is only for 1.5 some minutes or seconds, whatever it is people say. It keeps going. In the dream, in the dream, you create your own world. You project your own world. Okay, the current world disappears, and current body disappears. You create your own world with your mind, and you are part of the dream, and you do various things, and everybody is doing it on a regular basis. Once you are filling up your thought with the Lord, That means you are having these good thoughts. Bhagavan says, even I can clean up all the bad dreams. Even your past impressions, whatever you had, the bad impressions, all these will get diluted or you will be put in a back burner and you will be listening, you will be getting good dreams. Seriously, seriously. The moment I'm little distracted, not in the this thing when I go some nowadays the things have opened up, right? So we have started traveling, some business travel, other things come, and some other social commitments. You go and see others. Earlier during the Corona period, 2 years, nothing else, only classes, attendance is full, and be with the thought all the time. It was very good. Now we have to go ahead, and then whenever you got the good this thing thought, then the dream quality also improves. I have practically experienced it. Practically experienced it. So it is very, very important. So this Swapna Nasha. Then Viraha, the destroyer of various courses of samsara. Viraha, destroyer of the various courses of samsara. Now, ira means a course. Vira means Vira therefore means Vivida Gatis, various courses that one takes within samsara. Since Bhagavan confers upon us moksha by destroying all our karmas that lead to various gatis, Bhagavan becomes Viraha. Bhagavan becomes a Viraha. That means various paths. Normally, what we say when somebody dies, we say let them have the Sadgati, because we do not know what Janma they will take from here leaving this earth, whether they will become an animal or a tree or a stone or go to the heaven and enjoy heavenly pleasures or again born as human being, we do not know. We normally pray for Sadgati. The ultimate one is what? Ultimate one is this moksha, by which I break this cycle of samsara, punarapi jananam, punarapi varanam. The repeated birth and death cycle is broken completely. That's called moksha. So you will, Bhagavan says, I will make sure you will get the moksha. So since and by destroying all our karmas, and so all the gatis means various paths, everything is gone. Only moksha. That means we are not born again at all. We merge in totality with the Ishvara. That's called, initially we call it as a Jivan Muktihi while alive. Later it's called Videha Muktihi. And we have got various three types of karmas, Agami, Sanchita, Prarabdha. All those things are gone. And you are totally with the Lord all the time. So that's what it says. So Bhagavan says, I am giving you this moksha. What else you want? That's what it is. So Viraha. The next one is Rakshanaha, one who protects. He is the one who protects, taking recourse to the Sattva Guna. He is the one who is the source of blessing and one who can be sought for protection. So how Bhagavan protects is, it is like this. He will make our gunas, will make our personalities change. Bhagavan is the psychologist who will transform our personality, become more and more Sattva Guna Pradana Purusha. That means predominantly a contemplative thinking, a mild, more introvert thinking person who is able to be calm, quiet, and everything, and who is able to be indwelling and being in the thought of Ishvara. So Bhagavan says, I will protect you by what? By making you a Sattva Guna Pradana Purusha and calming your mind. Your mind is always dwelling on the thought of Lord. Only when the calm mind is there, you can think of Lord. Because we have got three gunas. Sattva Guna is very contemplative and then quietude personality. Rajo Guna is extroverted personality, which is active personality. Tamo Guna is neither of them, neither Sattva nor Rajos. It's a procrastinating, dull personality. Bhagavan says, I will make you a Sattva Guna Pradana Purusha. The moment you become more and more Sattva, that's called Brahmana Guna. Predominantly Sattva Guna is called Brahmana Guna. Gunamba is Brahmana, not by birth. Gunamba is Brahmana. Once you become that, what happens is your mind becomes always calmer, because that's called Sattva Guna Pradana Purusha. The moment you are there, then what happens is you are free. Vitaraha Bhayakrodaha Manmayama Upashataha Bhavo Jnana Tapasa Puta Madbhavam Agataha. Bhagavan says again in Gita. Many people have attained like this. Many people have attained this through this path. What? Always what I am giving you. Arjuna, I have given this knowledge to your grandfathers, great grandfathers. I am again giving you. Arjuna says, how do you know? How, I mean, we both are only classmates, same age. How do you know? Then Bhagavan says, I know everything, you do not know everything. Ajopi sannavya yatma bhutanam ishvaro sanna prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavami atma mayaya. I again come again and coming back. I know all the janmas, what you have taken and I have taken, but you do not know anything. Bhagavan says in Gita. So again, to summarize, be in the thought of Lord all the time. This is again the repeated one single mantra, one repeated capsule of Vishnu Sahsranaamam is be in the thought of Lord all the time. Look at the entire universe as Lord. Then there is a question of missing Lord. This is the key thing. We will continue further for other namas in the next class. Hari Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mayi Mayishaha. Gobrahmanebhyo Shubhamas Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Krishnarpanamastu. Hari Om.